on Sunday. The UFC returns. They're back in Phoenix. Very intriguing main event. Yair Rodriguez against the returning legend BJ Penn. Holy smokes. This is big time stuff. And now we have the pleasure of being joined by Yair Rodriguez for the first time on this show. Yair, are you there?
Yes, sir. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Really, really great to have you on the show. So we're just a few days away now from this big fight. And in fact, when the UFC announced this fight, we were live on the air and we all kind of reacted organically to it. And it was kind of surprising because we didn't think that the UFC would book BJ, who had been out for 2.5 years, against someone who has, been doing so well like yourself, young versus old. It was just kind of a surprising booking. I'm wondering, when you found out that they wanted to make this match, what was your immediate reaction?
I actually was happy, because I know this is going to be a really big test for me, for my career. BJ is 2 times former champion, different weight classes. And he already knows what it takes to be a champion, He already knows what it takes to be the best in the world. And that's what I'm looking for, people who have a lot of experience and they can, give me more experience when I'm fighting them. So I saw this as a huge opportunity for me, and I'm pretty happy to fight him.
Were you surprised when they mentioned his name? Like, did you think that they would, after your last fight against Alex Caceres, did you think that they would come back with someone like BJ Penn?
No, I never thought about it. I think actually BJ was thinking, or he's saying that I asked this fight, but I didn't ask for this fight. The UFC offered me the fight, and I just accepted. So it was kind of surprising, like you say, at the beginning. But now, I'm just happy. Like I tell you, it's like a really big test for me, a huge opportunity.
And to be clear, the reason why it was surprising, I think, to a lot of us was because maybe we thought that they would book BJ against an older fighter like a Dennis Seaver, who they originally booked, and thought maybe it was like kind of not a great matchup for him to fight someone like you. Have you been hearing that as well? And is it something that you have to block out? Because it seems like a lot of people think that, oh gosh, this might not work out well. They're kind of worried because they like BJ a lot, but you're such a dangerous fighter, such a unique striker, that they're fearful of how it would turn out. Do you hear this a lot, and do you have to block it out so that you don't get too confident going into the fight?
I mean, I never get too confident into the fight. I always prepare myself as I'm gonna fight the best. I'm just hoping the best BJ Penn ever. I never overestimate my opponents, unless a guy who has, is 2 times former champion, he already knows what it takes. Like I'm telling you, I cannot be, too comfortable with him up in the cage. He can be pretty dangerous, but like I don't have to tell you, bro, like he already, his game is already, with all the respect that I have for him, because I used to watch him growing up and stuff. Now is my time, he wants to come back and fight. All right, man, let's do it. I'm just ready.
Do you have an early memory of watching BJ? Like, do you recall the first time you saw him fight? And when you started to dream about being an MMA fighter, a UFC fighter, do you recall ever thinking, wow, it would be cool to fight someone like him?
Yeah, of course, man. I wasn't even fighting MMA when I started watching, BJ Penn videos. I remember this video. I probably seen YouTube still. He was jumping out of a pool, as a training. Yeah. He was doing that stuff, and he was like doing some highlights. That's the first, remember that I have of him, watching him growing up, and I was like, oh my God, BJ, my brother and all my family, that we used to watch him. And now that I have the chance to fight him, it's just, a big shot for me. It's an honor to fight him. And with all the respect that I'm gonna tell you again, now is my time.
And when you prepare for this fight, and when you prepare for him, which BJ are you preparing for? Because the last BJ that we saw against Frankie Edgar looked completely different. It was kind of a bizarre striking display on his part. And of course, time goes on, so people evolve, they get older, things like that. Are you preparing for the old BJ, or the BJ that you saw against Frankie Edgar, or are you the kind of guy that just doesn't prepare for anyone?
So let me tell you some history real quick.
Yeah.
The fight, I have one loss. You see my record. And that loss is what it brings me here. I cannot see why a loss cannot bring other guys, from being down deep, like BJ. A lot of people think BJ is down deep. I'm not hoping for that. What kind of mentality is that? I'm hoping for the best BJ Penn ever. I want to fight the best BJ Penn, he's been in his career, because now that I know he's been training for a long time, and he's been training with people that know me pretty well. My friends, Cowboy, Diego Sanchez, Magician, JacksonWink, all of those guys know me pretty well. They can easily tell them when I'm good on it or not. But I don't really care. I'm a fighter, and you have to be worried about me in any sense of your fighting game. I can grapple, I can wrestle, I can strike, and I don't really give a fuck. So I'm just a fighter. I'm born a fighter. I'll be a fighter, and I'm a champion. I know I'm a champion already.
So I'm happy you brought that up, because I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. So he has trained a little bit at JacksonWink, also with Jason Perillo in California, and also a little bit in Hawaii. You used to train at JacksonWink in Albuquerque. Are you no longer training with that camp?
No, it's been 2 years.
Okay.
I don't train with them. Greg Jackson used to be in my corners, because the respect that I have for him, I always saw him the last week of the fight, and he was always there because he always have someone fighting, and I love Coach Greg, and I love all the guys down there, but now they're in the
yeah,
they're gonna be in the front, so they're gonna be my enemies for this time. So I don't really care, it's just different. They know I'm a different kind of animal.
Okay, so you're no longer with them. You're in Chicago, right? You're with Mike Valle, and who else is going to be in your corner for this fight?
My coach, Luis Claudio,
yeah,
who's been teaching me, wrestling. Jiu-Jitsu.
Yep.
Yes, and then Auris is gonna be in my corner too. Is one of my boxing coaches, and Tony Martin is my wrestling coach also. And then I've been training with the Beebe's brothers. Carson Beebe and those guys that used to be at it. Yeah, I've been training with them too as well.
The first time I met you in Mexico, you were with Izzy Martinez, and he kind of talked about you like his son. I mean, he was so proud of you, and now you don't work with him as well. Can you explain what happened there?
It wasn't working out for us pretty well. Like you said, he was like trying to do like too much. Like he was trying to be like my father and stuff, So I was like kind of complaining about like he was just being a little crazy with me, And then his wrestling is not as I thought at the beginning, He teach me a lot, and I really appreciate him, what he did for me. But I just decided to move. I decided to move, looking for other stuff, which I found out with Mark Perry, And now I'm not working anymore with Mark Perry either, because he's pretty busy, in the University of Illinois. He's doing a lot of stuff. He doesn't have time for us. And we don't have time to go. It's like three hours just to go down there, and then it's another 3 hours to come back where we live. And it's pretty hard for us. We have the chance to train once a week, and now, we stopped like training together.
So do you feel like things are kind of like, have you found your team? Because that's a lot of change for early on in your career, the last couple of years. Do you feel like things are solid now? Like this is the unit that's going to take you to the top?
I don't know. I feel pretty comfortable, with Coach Mike and Coach Luis. Coach Tony, sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. I have always people coming into the gym and going out, Nowadays, he's always there for helping me out with my boxing stuff. But the guys there are for sure. They're Luis Claudio, and he is Coach Mike, who's my head coach.
Yeah.
I don't know if the camp is gonna keep that way. I'm just gonna keep doing the changes that I thought that are the best for my career, my training camp. So let's keep on moving. Sometimes life change. You gotta accept that and move on. If not, it's gonna continue, So I'm just trying to grab the best that I can from every single people that it comes into my life and do the best that I can into the cage too.
Any part of you worried that, because you've trained with Greg and Wink and these guys, that they know you a little more than your typical opponent and their coaches? Does that worry you at all?
No, bro, not really. Like I'm telling you, I'm a different kind of guy. I'm a different kind of animal.
Okay.
I can call coach Greg right now and tell him my strategy, and it doesn't make any difference. I'm ready for any situation. That's why I'm an MMA fighter, bro. It's what I do. It's what I live for. This is what it brings food to my table, and I train every day, every single day, 7 days a week, like it's all the week basically. So some people say, "Oh, we're gonna take him down." Well, man, it's what we do. We take each other down, and we grapple and we strike. I'm not afraid of nobody. It's what we do, bro. The thing is that I do it better than other guys.
I love it. In your last fight, another solid win, but there was some criticism that there was too much spinning stuff. Like you were expending too much energy doing this stuff, and maybe the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. Do you agree with any of that? Will you change the way you attack these fights, or is that part of, again, who you are? You're just a different kind of cat, and, critics be damned.
People is gonna criticize you if you lose. People are gonna criticize you if you win. Mm-hmm. So fuck people. I love people, but if they're gonna criticize anyways, they do whatever the fuck you guys want. I will do whatever the fuck that I wanna up in the cage. It's my game. It's my career. And if you guys love me, I love you guys. If you guys hate me, well, what I can do,
I love it. Wow. I like this new. I feel like a couple of years ago, you wouldn't say this sort of thing. Now the gloves are off. You're telling us how you really feel. I like it. Has something changed?
Everything, bro. My mentality, all my fighting game, all my mentality is changing,
Oh.
Like I'm telling you, I'm ready to be a champion. Nobody, this is my way to be a champion. I know I'm already there, It's going to take this fight, probably one more. I don't know how many fights are going to take right now. I'm ready now. I'm going to show you guys my next. I have a lot of respect for BJ. He already did what he could for the fighting game, but now it's my time.
Beginning of last year, Cody Garbrandt wasn't even ranked, and now he's the champion in bantamweight. Is it possible this year we see you as champion of the featherweight division? What do you think?
I think it's possible, bro. Everything is possible if you really think about it, if you really put that in your mind, and I really think it's possible.
When you see the top of the division right now, like the Max Holloways and the Aldos, do you feel like you're ready to fight those guys?
I'm ready to fight anyone in the world, bro. So, like I'm telling you, I'm here to fight the best guys in the world. I don't care who it is. I never gonna call no one out. He's not the guy that I am. Just I'm not the kind of guy. If you guys gonna call me out, or if, the UFC make the matchup or whatever, I'll take it. I don't care. It's up to them. My job is get prepared and then go and fight with everything that I have, and then win.
And when I talked to you after 188, UFC 188 in Mexico, you said you only had $400 in your bank account going into that fight. Are you more comfortable now? Like, do you feel like you're starting to make a good living, or is it still a bit of a struggle for you?
No, I'm good. I'm good now. I cannot complain right now. But man, I can do it better.
You want more?
Of course, man. Who doesn't?
Sure. How stressful was that to only have $400 to your name going into a fight?
Oh man, it was really hard. I was like looking at my bank account. I mean, I didn't really care too much because like all my life I didn't have money. I didn't have money in all my life, so. I know how to live without money. I know how life goes that way too, So if I run out of money, I won't be crying because I run out of money. I'll find my way up again. So I'm just that kind of guy, But now that I have money, I feel better. But I want a house. I want a nicer car. I want to help my people. I want to help my country. I want to help a lot of people, and I want to help myself, basically myself, my family, people around me. I want to help all my team. This is the kind of the guy that I am. If I go up, everyone around me is gonna go up too. I don't want to let them down.
So to recap, all of those who thought that, this is not a fair fight, this is not a good fight for BJ Penn, Yair is just too good, too young, too dangerous, you're saying that they were right, that this is what's going to happen on Sunday, that this is not the kind of fight that essentially, if you're rooting for BJ Penn, this is not the fight for you. Is that accurate?
Again, bro, I didn't understand that pretty well.
I'm just saying that the initial reaction by so many in the MMA world was that, like, wow, BJ versus Yair isn't the best matchup for BJ Penn. If you're looking out for BJ Penn because Yair is too young, too good, too dynamic on his feet, he's just on a roll. He's on a roll these days. He's just looking too strong. You're saying that those people are right. That BJ is catching you at a wrong time. That it's not his time anymore. It's your time. You're on the roll. You're the guy, the future champion this year. All that stuff. You're agreeing with all those people, correct?
Yes, I'm agree with all those people, and I'm agree too that everything can happen in a fight.
Yep.
And I'm not missing the respect that I have for BJ. I'm just saying that it's my time, and I know I'm the best in the game.
How do you think you beat him?
I don't care who else say. Huh?
How do you think you beat him?
Oh, he thinks he's gonna take me down and submit me there. Well, he's gonna have a big surprise if he take me down.
No, how are you gonna beat him?
Oh, I already told you, like, if he take me down, he thinks he's gonna submit me. Well, I will submit him.
Okay. Oh, that's what you think. You're thinking submission?
Yeah, submission. It can be submission if he take me down.
Wow.
He tries to take me down.
I love it. I love this new Yair Rodriguez. This is beautiful stuff. All right, I'll let you go, Yair. Thank you so much for the time. Good luck to you, and enjoy the week in Phoenix. This is going to be a lot of fun. I know it's a big opportunity, and I like the fire. This is really exciting to see. So thank you for squeezing us in before you go to Phoenix. I appreciate it very much, and best of luck to you in the fight.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Take care. We'll talk to you, man.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon. There he is. Wow. El Pantera coming with the fire. I love it. Uh-oh. That was something. Never heard him like that before. Bit of a different pep in his step, some swagger, if you will, a chip on his shoulder. That was interesting. Woo! Did not expect that. All right. Yair Rodriguez against BJ Penn this Sunday on FS1. We'll talk a little more about that fight later on in the program.